All week, we have been taking a closer look at the most competitive congressional races in the state. These are races that could determine the balance of power in the House of Representatives.
We wrap up our series with a visit to Eastern Long Island. That's where two candidates are vying to replace the Republican candidate for governor, Lee Zeldin, in Congress. Washington Bureau reporter Kevin Fry spoke with the candidates and some voters.
Meet a political odd couple, Richard and Frances Fischetti. We found them enjoying a warm fall day in Northport. He's a conservative who worries about school safety. She's a Democrat who calls health care a basic right.
There have been very heated political discussions in our home.
If we start talking about politics, I'm going to go one way, she goes the other way. There's no point.
Come Tuesday, their votes will be crucial in determining who represents this area on Capitol Hill next year. New York's 1st District extends across a sizable portion of Suffolk County, stretching along the North Shore and east to the Hamptons. It's an open seat. Incumbent Lee Zeldin, a Republican, is running for governor instead. The district voted for Joe Biden by less than half of a percentage point 2 years ago. Election prognosticators rank it as lean Republican. The Democrat in this race, Fleming, is a Suffolk County legislator. In light of this summer's Supreme Court ruling overturning Roe v. Wade, she is leaning on abortion rights to criticize her opponent, Republican LaLota.
Fundamental freedoms are under attack in our country, particularly the freedom of women to make their own decisions about what happens to their own health care, what happens to their futures.
LaLota, a Navy vet who serves as chief of staff to the Suffolk County legislature, says abortion should be governed by the states, telling me he would not back a Republican proposal in Congress to ban all abortions nationally after 15 weeks of pregnancy.
I'll clearly state my policy preference, that I do not oppose abortion when it comes to rape, incest, or life of the mother. I do not oppose abortion in the first trimester. Conversely, I do oppose abortion in the second and third trimester.
Bucking some in his party, LaLota says the 2020 election was not stolen. On the campaign trail, he rails against inflation, crime, and illegal immigration.
Whether it's a wall or a fence or some other physical barrier, the federal government needs to be serious about actually securing our border, hiring more border agents.
Fleming, meanwhile, argues managing climate change and investing in renewable energy is crucial for this congressional district, given it is surrounded by water. She says a top priority would be to ensure grants to support environmental programs are not taxed.
I think that is a fix that can happen without being too controversial. Might give me the opportunity to, really create some relationships and figure out how to get things done on Capitol Hill.
So, how are their messages being received? One Republican voter offered this praise of LaLota.
I like his philosophy on country first. We need to secure our borders.
While this Stony Brook University student, a Democrat, cheered Fleming's focus on climate.
Those two candidates are complete different opposites. There's literally little to no gray area between the two.
And now, after months of campaigning, it's up to voters to weigh those options. In Northport, Kevin Fry, New York 1.